Have you ever been there? You're, an adult,
Hmm.
maybe finishing college, starting your first job.
Yeah.
You feel like you've got things mostly together, and you try to do something, I don't know, basic, like get a phone plan.
Or rent an apartment, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Rent a decent place. And bam, you hit this invisible wall.
Uh-huh.
They tell you, sorry, no credit history. And it just feels so weird.
Totally counterintuitive.
Yeah, like, aren't I being punished for being responsible?
Yeah.
For not having debt? You just feel like a ghost in the financial system.
Oh, absolutely. It's incredibly frustrating, and honestly, it happens all the time. So many young adults run into this exact problem.
And they're thinking, what did I do wrong? I saved. I was careful.
Right. And the thing is, you probably didn't do anything wrong at all. You just, well, you haven't become visible yet, not to this particular system anyway.
It's it. It feels so upside down.
Yeah.
And that's really why we wanted to do this deep dive today, to sort of demystify this whole credit thing, especially for students, for young adults just starting out.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to unpack how you can responsibly build that solid credit foundation, maybe using a tool like a student credit card. Our mission really is to help you figure out how to forge your own credit key.
And we're leaning pretty heavily on this great source material today called The Invisible Blacksmith, Forging Your Credit Key. It's by a finance pro, Maya, and she uses this fantastic analogy.
The Invisible Blacksmith. I like that.
Yeah, she says there's this invisible blacksmith who quietly starts forging a unique key for every adult. And this key, your credit key, is what unlocks the big doors in life.
Like renting that apartment we mentioned.
Exactly. Or getting a car loan that doesn't cost a fortune in interest, or, eventually buying a house. The whole point is learning how to forge a golden key.
Instead of melted lump of tin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You definitely don't want that.
Okay, right. So let's unpack this. People hear about credit scores, those numbers like 300 to 850.
But what do they actually mean? And maybe more importantly, how do you even get one when you're starting from zero? When, like the source says, your history is just blank.
That really is the core problem, isn't it? And the story of Ethan in our source material just nails it. He was totally baffled when his credit check came back empty.
He just couldn't understand it.
Nope. He was like, but I've never been in debt. I've never missed a payment because, well, I never had a payment to make. Shouldn't that be good?
Yeah, you'd think so.
But his sister, Maya the author, had to explain it. To the credit system, she said, no history is almost the same as bad history.
Wow. So you're a ghost.
You're a ghost. There's nothing for the system to measure, to evaluate.
That ghost feeling is so real. It honestly feels like you're penalized for playing it safe, for not borrowing.
It does. But Maya's analogy, the blacksmith one, really helps make sense of it. She explains the credit system isn't really about how much money you have now. It's about having a documented history, a track record of how you handle borrowed money. Or, as she puts it, how you handle fire.
Handle fire. Okay. Intriguing.
What's fascinating, she says, is that the system needs to see how you handle a small flame, a little bit of borrowed money, before it trusts you with a bigger one.
So the invisible blacksmith isn't checking my savings account balance.
Nope, not directly. He's watching your behavior with borrowed money. How reliable are you? Do you pay it back on time? He won't even start forging your key until you prove you can handle that little bit of fire without, getting burned.
Right. Like an apprentice needing to show basic skills first.
Exactly like that. You need to demonstrate you can be trusted with the materials, so to speak.
And this is where the student credit card comes in. That's the magical tool.
That's the one. It's designed to be your small, controlled flame. It's your very first chance, really, to show this invisible blacksmith, hey, look, I am trustworthy, I am reliable, I can handle money that isn't technically mine right now.
It's a test.
It's absolutely a test, and Maya really emphasizes this. The stakes are actually quite high, even with that first card.
How so?
Use it wisely, follow the rules, and you start forging that beautiful golden key. That key unlocks better interest rates, easier approvals, all those good things.
But if you mess up,
use it foolishly. Get into debt you can't handle. You end up with that melted lump of tin. And that, she says, can lock you out of opportunities for years. Higher insurance rates, trouble renting, worse loan terms.
Oh, okay. So that little piece of plastic is more than just convenient.
Much more. It's your first shot at proving your financial character to the blacksmith.
So, Ethan, in the story, he gets his first card. And I bet he felt like this mix of power and maybe a little fear.
Oh, for sure. Like holding a flamethrower, maybe. A little bit.
Yeah, maybe. But luckily, his sister Maya stepped in with what she called the Blacksmith's 3 rules of fire.
Yes, and these are absolutely golden, crucial for anyone starting out.
Let's dig into those. What's the first rule?
Rule number 1, the fire is not your fuel.
Okay, explain that.
This is probably the single biggest trap. Thinking that the credit limit on your card, say, $1,000 is your money.
Right, like extra cash.
Exactly. It's not. It's a temporary flame lent to you from the blacksmith's forge. Your actual fuel is the money you have in your checking account, your earnings.
So how do you manage that practically?
The absolute core habit, the golden practice she calls it, is simple but powerful. Treat your credit card like a debit card.
Okay.
Do not buy something with that card unless you have the actual cash sitting in your checking account to cover it right now.
So if I buy a, I don't know, $20 book with the credit card?
The moment you swipe, you should mentally subtract that $20 from your checking account balance, or literally track it somewhere.
Ah, I see. So you always know how much of your money is actually left.
Precisely. That single habit, she argues, keeps you out of the fiery pit of debt. You're always aware of your real fuel, not the borrowed fire.
That mental subtraction trick seems really important. It shifts your whole mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's rule number 2?
Rule 2. The flame must be extinguished monthly.
Extinguish, okay.
So the blacksmith is watching closely here. Can you actually control the fire you started? Every month you get a statement, your bill. And on it, there's this thing called the minimum payment.
Yeah, I've seen those. Usually a pretty small amount.
Temptingly small, right? Like a tiny little bucket of water, Maya calls it. And here's the key. That minimum payment, it's a trap.
A trap? Why? Paying something is better than nothing, isn't it?
Well, yes, it avoids late fees. But if you only pay the minimum, think about it. It's like trying to put out a forest fire with a squirt gun.
Okay.
The rest of the fire, your remaining balance, doesn't go away. It starts to rage. It grows bigger and bigger because of interest. Maya calls it the dark magic of interest.
Right, the interest charges. So paying only the minimum means you end up paying way more in the long run.
Way more. And you're basically telling the blacksmith, I can't actually put out the fire I started. I can only splash a little water on it.
Yeah.
That doesn't build trust.
So what's the golden practice here?
This one's non-negotiable. Always, always, always pay your statement balance in full by the due date.
The full amount, not just the minimum.
The full statement balance, every single month. No exceptions, no excuses. The best way, set up automatic payments from your bank account for the full statement balance. Then you literally can't forget.
That takes the guesswork out of it.
Totally. And by paying in full, you prove to the blacksmith you can completely extinguish the flame. You show mastery, you show responsibility, and crucially, you never pay a single penny in interest on your purchases.
That's huge. Okay, pay in full every month. Got it. What's rule number 3?
Rule 3, use small, consistent flames.
Okay, so I don't need to make huge purchases to build credit.
Absolutely not. In fact, using the card for massive, extravagant buys can actually be risky.
Why is that?
Well, one key thing the blacksmith measures is something called credit utilization. Basically, how much of your available credit limit, your available fire, are you using at any given time?
Oh.
If you're constantly using, say, 80 or 90% of your limit, even if you pay it off, it makes the blacksmith nervous. It looks like you might be living too close to the edge, relying too heavily on that borrowed fire.
So maxing out the card is a bad look, even if I pay it off.
It can be, yes. It signals potential risk. The golden practice here is consistency and control. Use the card for just 1 or 2 small, predictable things each month.
Like what?
Maybe your Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
Or your Spotify. Maybe a weekly coffee or 1 tank of gas. Something small and regular.
And then pay it off in full.
And then pay it off in full. This shows the blacksmith consistent, responsible, controlled use of fire. A good rule of thumb people talk about is keeping your balance below 30% of your limit when the statement closes.
So if my limit is $1,000, try to keep the balance under $300.
Exactly. It just shows you're using the tool responsibly, not relying on it desperately. You're proving you're a master of controlled use, not some reckless amateur.
Okay, this makes sense. So for someone like Ethan, just starting out, what did this look like?
His approach was actually perfect. He decided, okay, my first quest is simple. He linked his $9.99 streaming service to the card.
Just that.
Just that. Nothing else. And he set up autopay to pay that $9.99 in full from his bank each month. That was it.
The tiny flame.
A tiny, consistent, perfectly controlled flame. And that's all you need to do to start forging that key.
It's not about the size of the fire.
It's about the discipline, the consistency. That's what the blacksmith values way more than big, flashy spending.
So Ethan does this for months, right? Follows the rules religiously. Small payment, always on time, always paid in full. He's treating the card carefully.
Exactly. Then one day, he's checking his bank app and there's a new button, View Your Credit Score.
Oh, the moment of truth.
Right. He clicks it, probably a bit nervously, and a number pops up, 720.
720 is good. Yes. Beside the number, there's a little gauge, and it's pointing to good.
Wow. So he wasn't a ghost anymore. Not anymore. He had a score. The blacksmith had seen his discipline, his control, and had started forging his key. It wasn't gold yet, maybe, but it was strong, shiny steel.
That must have felt amazing, going from invisible to good. What does a 720 score actually mean in practice? What doors does that start to open?
Oh, it's a huge step. A 720 score is definitely solid. It means lenders, landlords, utility companies, they start seeing you as trustworthy. You have a verifiable track record now.
So easier to rent that apartment, maybe get a better car insurance rate?
Absolutely. You've graduated from being a ghost to being a recognized, reliable person in the financial system. But as Maya points out, forging the golden key, that's a lifelong quest. It doesn't stop at 720.
Right. So what comes next? How do you keep polishing that key, make it stronger?
That's where Maya's Master Forger's Advanced Guide comes in. Some tips for continued mastery once you've got that good foundation.
Okay, let's hear them. Advanced tip number 1.
Your first card is your oldest friend, meaning don't close your oldest credit card account, ever. Even if you get a much better card later, maybe with great rewards or a higher limit, keep that first one open.
Why? If I'm not using it much anymore.
Because a major factor in your credit score is the length of your credit history. How long have you been successfully managing credit? That first student card, like Ethan's, that's the starting point.
So closing it shortens your history.
Exactly. It's like chipping away at the foundation of your key. It reduces the average age of your accounts, which can actually lower your score.
Yeah.
Keep it open, maybe use it for one tiny recurring charge just to keep it active, and pay it off.
That's a really good tip. I could see people wanting to ditch the basic card once they get a fancy one. Okay, what's next?
Tip 2. Beware the lure of many fires.
Meaning too many credit cards.
Yeah. Once you have good credit, you'll start getting offers. A lot of offers. Mail, email, online ads, get this card, amazing rewards, 0% interest.
The temptation is real.
It is. But the advice here is be selective. Don't just apply for every card that looks shiny. Every time you apply for new credit, it usually results in a hard inquiry on your credit report. Lenders check your history.
Okay.
Too many hard inquiries in a short period can make lenders nervous. It might look like you're desperate for credit or maybe about to take on way too much debt at once. It can ding your score slightly.
So resist the urge to collect them all. Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Only apply when you have a specific need or see a clear benefit you'll actually use responsibly.
Got it. Advanced tip number 3.
Read the fine print, or as Maya calls them, the enchantments.
Okay. What enchantments?
Basically, understand the card's terms before you agree to it. What's the interest rate, the APR, annual percentage rate? That's the cost if you don't pay in full.
Crucial if you ever slip up on Rule 2.
Absolutely. Is there an annual fee? Some cards charge you just for having them each year. And importantly, what are the rewards? Cash back, travel points, airline miles.
So understanding the perks and the costs.
Yeah. Exactly. Because once you're consistently paying in full, mastering Rule 2, those rewards can be amazing. A cashback card, that's literally like a magical enchantment that pays you for using the tool responsibly.
You get money back for spending you were going to do anyway.
Precisely, as long as you pay it off in full.
Mm.
Or travel points could mean a cheaper vacation. Understanding the enchantments helps you choose the best tool for you.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last advanced tip.
A very practical one. Check the blacksmith's work annually.
Inspecting the key.
You got it. By law, in the U.S., you're entitled to a free copy of your credit report from each of the 3 main credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, once every year.
And where do you get those?
The official site is annualcreditreport.com. Don't go to other sites that might charge you or try to sell you things. Annualcreditreport.com.
Okay. And why is checking so important?
These reports are the detailed records the blacksmith uses. They show all your accounts, payment history, inquiries, everything. You need to check them for errors.
Mistakes happen.
Oh, yeah. Mistakes happen? Accounts you don't recognize, late payments reported incorrectly, sometimes even signs of identity theft. Checking your report is like inspecting the blacksmith's work for flaws or fraudulent marks that could be hurting your score without you even knowing it.
So it's basic financial health maintenance.
Essential maintenance.
Yeah.
Protects your key.
Wow. Okay, Ethan's story really brings it all together. He went from feeling like that credit ghost,
Totally lost and confused.
yeah, to really understanding this isn't some random unfair system, but more like a craft, something you can learn the rules for and actually master. He didn't just get a card, he gained a skill. And you could feel that sense of empowerment, right? Like new doors were actually opening for him.
And that's exactly the goal, isn't it? We want you listening to feel that same way, to embrace your role as the apprentice blacksmith. You are in control here.
You're forging your own key.
You're forging your own key. Learning to manage credit responsibly, it's a fundamental life skill. It genuinely gives you more freedom, more options, better terms down the road. It's worth learning to do it right.
Definitely. So as you start your own journey with this invisible blacksmith, or maybe you're already forging away, here's something to think about. What doors, big or small, will your growing golden key unlock in your future? And if you're just starting, what's going to be your first small controlled flame?